Hello everyone, Laurent Fressinet, Anna Burtasova here, bringing you the first recap from the Casablanca Chess tournament happening here in Morocco.
Yeah, and we had a very exciting day with many decisive games, many interesting one, and it all started with a nice game. I don't know if.
And actually, let's just say a little bit about the format. That the players, they start from the position that is selected from the historical games. For every round, there were 3 positions from which one position was chosen in different ways. So the first one was chosen by the commentators of the chess.com broadcast. And actually, Laurent here was the one who were originally picking the positions.
Yeah, with the help of Hicham Amdouchi, with the local hero here, the first and only grandmaster in Morocco so far. And yeah, so as you said, so the commentators picked up a nice game. We were expecting that. It was some Evans Gambit from the game Steinitz against Chigorin. And you know, when we picked that game, it's of course, it was a very different way of playing chess. It was 1889, so you can imagine how much we
It was a
improved,
romantic
obviously.
era,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. And so we got, maybe we can show some moves. We got Evans Gambit, which we saw later on with Garry Kasparov, who was playing it in some World Championship matches.
We actually just recently saw it in the FIDE candidates in the women's section. Late in there, I played it against Garechkina.
That's true.
Yeah, I was very surprised. But so
Yeah.
it survives to this day somehow.
Yeah, it's actually it makes some sense because you sacrifice a pawn which you don't care that much, the B pawn, to get the center, so it makes a lot of sense. Much more than the King's Gambit, in my opinion. King's Gambit, you weaken your king and so on. Here you take on before and C3, and immediately you want to build up a very nice center. So Chigorin played bishop a5, castle, and here queen f6, which is question mark by chess.com, which is a bit too early probably to get out with the queen. Knight e7, bishop g5, queen d6, queen b3, attacking f7, so you have to castle.
And this is the position, right?
And that, not yet, rook d1.
Not yet, rook d1.
Bishop
okay.
b6.
And here is the one.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
another hole, 2 other holes for picking up positions, that it should be equal. So according to computer, so we let Stockfish run for quite some time, and it shows zeros by some miracle. And also it should be white to play. So here the top line of the computer is d takes c5, which was played actually by Steinitz.
In the original game,
yeah,
yes.
in the original game. But makes little. I discussed a bit with the players, and of course you have a nice center, so you don't want to. You don't want to take, because after takes queen g6, it's not clear what you are doing here. But okay, still, it would
You
have
want
been.
to keep this pressure in the center.
Yeah. So Hikaru Nakamura, maybe we will not see. He played bishop f1. Why did he play bishop f1? Because first of all, he wants knight a3, knight c4, most likely. And as we saw in his game, he also wants to keep ed, cd, and then the knight may come to c3. And give some very good play for white. But Magnus decided to play knight a3, which is a mistake. But Vichy are here, objectively speaking, but it's not easy, of course. In a rapid game, he had to find like takes on d4, takes on d4, and queen g6. And actually, you have to take here. And if you go d5, it seems that you win a piece, but there's some nice
Tactical motive.
Yeah. And if you take with the knight, I just take back here.
G5, yeah.
And if you take here, I take here, and your hook is, yeah, exactly. Your hook is hanging. So that was the point. And quickly, he played knight a5, which is a mistake. And here was the last chance to get into the game. After queen g6, it was not clear at all. But Vichy...
Both adventures.
Yeah, it's the first game of the
Let's call it this
day.
way, yeah.
First game of the day, it's tough. And queen c5 actually is only refuted by rook d5, but, well, he's playing Magnus Carlsen.
Magnus found it, yeah.
And here you have a big issue with the queen, which may get tapped anytime. Yeah.
And it did.
And it
yeah.
did very quickly, actually. It took on a3 here, but anyway, it's game over. It's only 2 pieces for the queen, and it's winning.
Yeah, and I think, all the players after the game, they agreed that such kind of position, it's much easier to play for white, especially in a rapid game. It's very difficult to figure it out at the board when you have so little time. And they didn't exactly remember this particular position. Although Carlsen said that he thought it is from Steinitz matches,
wow,
yes,
right.
but he was not exactly sure. And he didn't remember exactly this one. But at least he got it right, the player and the era.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's kind of guessable. But yeah, Hikaru told me that in a classical game he would have picked black probably, but in a rapid game he was very happy to get white. So
Yeah,
it's a bit
yeah.
of the luck of the champion.
Sometimes you need some luck,
Yeah,
even
yeah.
in chess, yeah.
And the second game, so it was different story. It was picked by the players, which is, in my view, this is the worst format because people who will get blacks, they will pick a position who would suit them, and people who will get whites, they would pick another position.
Actually, Hikaru doesn't agree with you. He said that he would prefer that all the positions are picked by the players because then it will be somehow a bit nicer to the players because they will, they will probably pick something that is more equal, that is not something like this one, the first one, where white is much easier to play.
Okay,
So,
fair enough.
But for the spectators,
yeah,
we all want to have positions like the first one, like some crazy ones, right?
yeah, no, I think the best is for when it's picked. The last thing is the first edition, so we are trying things, and the last was the audience picking up on chess.com, and that was really exciting for the spectators. Apparently, it was even a mess to count the votes, so
Yeah.
it was really exciting. And that was Xiun Galiamova, so that was exactly this position. Both players, they played bishop f3, which is a slight mistake because it allows d5 and bishop c5. So you have to play queen d3 if you want to play for something. But again, it's 0-0, so black is fine. And what happened in the game after bishop f3, they both played d5 and they equalized. Actually, the three players, they played Galiamova as well.
Yes.
She did that.
And yeah, this whole line happened in the original game.
Yeah, and it's what I said to Magnus that I think Galiamova move was a bit better rook e4 because
Yeah, a little bit more ambitious.
yeah, you want bishop e7 f5 and okay, you ask white if you want to take on e4, then I will take back and I will get a pass pawn and I will get something. But overall, it's pretty much equal, and both games ended in logical draws.
Yeah, so everything got eliminated, and then I think in both games one of the sides got an extra pawn, right? But it was nothing.
Yeah,
it was not enough for anything. Yeah,
hook and games two equal.
Always drawn.
And the last game, so the choice of the public, and it's a Karpov-Kasparov from Moscow game. I have it on my phone. I don't remember 18 or something.
Game 14
Game
from
14.
1985 match. Yeah.
1985, I was sure. And some Scheveningen slash Scheveningen, I guess.
And this one
this is a
actually
starting
Carlsen remembered
Okay.
this game.
And
Not exactly, but he kind of like he remembered even how it went. That the knight ended up on g4, and then he was building up on that knowledge.
Yeah, and 95 rook c8 happened in the first game, in the game between Amin Bassem and Vichy. No, I played c3, sorry. It went bishop h4 and so some repetition. Bishop b6, queen g5 and back, which is a bit pity. You can play as white. You can play queen b3, you can play queen a4. And it's still equal, but playable for both sides. So it's a pity, but we got
but they decided
fantastic.
To
yeah, decided to repeat.
But also just worth mentioning that the players cannot agree to a draw at any given time of the game. They cannot.
Okay.
So the only thing they can make a draw is that to find the repetition.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that is how they found it.
Yeah, and this is a pity, but we got a lot of fun in the Nakamura Carlsen. And after 97, it's Magnus who deviated. Garry Kasparov played queen e7. The game went, it was quite funny. Takes on h1, bishop h1, knight g4, bishop d2, and here Garry Kasparov played queen f8, which is a nice move, easy to forget, with the idea to go to h8. Very
interesting. You go
yeah,
back
very
to
typical
go
of his dynamic style. Yeah, always looking for some play. And Magnus played more, conventional, because in a way, it doesn't look obvious of this king takes c7, but when you think about it, you won't play long castle. You cannot play short castle because there's always this g5 and you will get mated, basically. So the king is safe in the center, and that's how it comes. He played g5, knight g4, which was a very good move. Bishop c1, and here he should have played f3, Hikaru Nakamura, after knight f6, bishop g5, and computer showed that it's more or less
fine.
More or less fine, but he went wrong very quickly, and well, knight h2 probably was missed, and now it's really not
Black
good.
already has a great advantage.
Queen b5 is great, attacking on b2, you cannot play really long castle, that pawn is hanging. So he played bishop c1, but when you play such moves in an open position,
something went wrong.
Something went very wrong, and the end of the game was a masterclass by Magnus. And the last killer move was rook e8 here, which is a nice one.
Looks great,
you have a problem. Actually, it would be more or less okay if you could play long castle, but unfortunately it's not legal.
Yeah, so, we need to create more rules so that we can play long castle in such positions.
So Magnus won. He's leading the tournament. So whatever chess you play, chess 960, normal chess.
It's anyway Carlsen is in front.
Casablanca variant is leading by 1 point. Okay, it's still not over, obviously.
And we still have 3 games in front of us tomorrow. And the good thing was also that there were a lot of spectators today. The place was packed. It was absolutely crazy. Not just the spectators. We had 3 emotional support cats running around and some parrots. And so it was a great atmosphere. And we hope that you will all come back tomorrow to watch the broadcast and enjoy these games and enjoy the new format.
Thank you.